Let's apply the square root property to solve our next quadratic equation. We have the quantity x plus 3 squared plus 25 is equal to 0. Now, in order to apply the square root property, we need to make sure that we have this quantity x plus 3 squared isolated on one side of the equation. So first we'll subtract 25 from both sides, and we'll have x plus 3 quantity squared is equal to negative 25. Next, we'll apply the square root property. When we take the square root of both sides, the square root of x plus 3 quantity squared just gives us x plus 3 is equal to, when we take the square root of negative 25, we just have the square root of negative 25. Or, remember, when you apply the square root property, you want to take the positive and the negative square root of the right-hand side. So our second equation will be x plus 3 is equal to minus the square root of negative 25. Let's go back to the first equation. Let's first subtract 3 from both sides of this equation, and we'll have x is equal to negative 3 plus the square root of negative 25. Now remember, when we take the square root of a negative number, we get an imaginary number. Since the square root of negative 1 is equal to I, and the square root of 25 is equal to 5, this term, the square root of negative 25, is really 5i. So we have x is equal to negative 3 plus 5i. For our second equation, we have x plus 3 equals minus the square root of negative 25. So when we subtract 3 from both sides, we have x equals negative 3 minus the square root of negative 25. Again, we'll simplify the square root of negative 25 to 5i, and we'll have x equals negative 3 minus 5i. So the solution to this quadratic equation is really negative 3 plus 5i and negative 3 minus 5i, and we can write the solution set as negative 3 plus or minus 5i.